Finally, someone in the Army says that Army boot camp is easy. Shocker. Stay tuned to find out how and why this is a bad thing right here. What is up, guys? You're tuning into NickyMGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, everything else that makes the channel grow. There is another Army soldier that is in hot water right now for a TikTok, which has been posted on TikTok and then cross-posted over to Twitter. But this is the video that has been shared.
This is what the Army is turning into now. A bunch of soft. I get to use my cell phone every Sunday for 30 minutes because why? Because we're fucking soft. That's why. It's fucking sickening. You're crying and you just got here. You ain't done shit. Let's give them another thing to fucking bitch about. This shit makes me fucking sick. These kids ain't done nothing. What's the point of doing mail every day? What's the point of even... It don't make no sense. But hey, this is the new Army. I guess we gotta change with it.
So this looks like it is a Sergeant Wallace that is very upset with some of the ideas that the Army has come out with to allow soldiers, or I should say trainees, because they're future soldiers, that are going to be able to use their phones on Sundays while they are at boot camp. Now, there is a lot of controversy about this. A lot of boomers out there, I will call them that because I guess I almost fall in that category, but because a lot of them think that this is not even what should be allowed, that there should be more stringent considerations as far as how much cell phone use there is. Now, per their article here, it does look like they have reached out and the public affairs people have said that this has been increased due to the fact that there is a pandemic going on, and that's why they're allowing more time with their cell phones. Now, to give some background story, I did make a video about this about a year ago with a fellow military YouTuber, Ben Allen, that brought this news to me about how much cell phone time they got, and I made the entire video saying why Army boot camp was the easiest. Now you have your own very own drill sergeant saying the same exact thing I said and still getting bashed, even though he has the right or privilege to do so. Why that video got so much dislike was because I am a Navy guy. I'm a guy that would never understand what it's like to ruck or march or do any of that, even though I'm a Navy corpsman that is with Marines and have gone through that training as well. Wow, big whoop-de-doo. You ate a couple MREs and you walked around in some fields and cool. You did some land nav. Congrats. Congrats. So hard. A lot of people peak their entire existence, it seems like, on how hard their boot camp is. Well, I went to Air Force boot camp, and it was harder than you thought. Well, I went to Marine Corps boot camp. That 13 weeks is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life, buddy. You're going nowhere. It's just annoying. Like, are we really saying how much our value or worth is based on what boot camp you went to? Who cares? But he's still being bashed for this. This drill sergeant is being brought down because, yes, even though he is Army, you can crap on your own and say how soft boot camp is. The reason why he is being shamed right now and why his TikTok is now private is because the fact of his position in which he was using it, because he is a drill sergeant, where I will have to agree with this. While I do understand that this cell phone time could indicate it being easier or not as hard, it is a factor of how rough and tough people are going to have it when you truly deploy and do things like that. And that's why I was more so joking in that video about how easy boot camp is, because I knew people would be frustrated by that. Do I think your cell phone time is the make or break of the next greatest warfighter? I don't think so, because when I look at this, I'm like, hey, if they get 30 minutes for literally one day of the entire week, let's look at how much time you guys are watching this video, probably on your phones, posting on Facebook posts, whatever. You're spending hours on your phone. And if anyone has never had their phone, God forbid, 2020, right? You start to realize that you don't really need it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that much of an issue. At first, you're like, this kind of sucks. But eventually, you start talking to people around you. You start befriending people around you. And you're able to actually kind of forget about it because you, as a human being, adapt. It's not like you cannot overcome that difficulty of not having your phone. Now, like I said, he is belittling a lot of the trainees here that are are in Army boot camp. So that is where I think a lot of people are having issues with this, and even myself, because if you are in the position of power in order to shape, mold, educate, and train the future soldiers of your service, and you are not giving that respect back to them as people, then that's an issue. That's where I see a bottom line. If you don't like the system that you're in, don't blame the trainees. The trainees didn't make the 30 minutes every Sunday as their routine. They didn't come up with that. And he says that they were doing this and that pretty much it gives them something else to complain about. But what I have to argue is, like, if you have an issue with this, this is something where leadership, the people that you're supposed to voice your complaints to above you, that you're supposed to tell when you don't like something. What I find very sad about this is there are a lot of trainees that probably respect this sergeant and actually do look at him as a leader. And now if they leave boot camp, they're going to see this and feel like, wow, that guy wasn't that great of a leader. Is that really what he thought about us? Because you can break that trust very quickly as a leader. And now, before I get another comment about this, yes, TikTok is banned, right? But it's not truly banned. It's banned from government devices. So if I had a cell phone that was a duty cell phone, I'm not able to put TikTok on there. But on your personal cell phone, you are able to have it. It's highly discouraged because of all of the concerns for the security and obviously things that have gone on with China that you've seen over the past year. But that is not like a definitive. They haven't banned it for everybody in the military. I've read the memorandum. Stop going by hearsay, because so many people are just reading comments like, yeah, TikTok's banned. What are you talking about? It's banned. You're not supposed to have it anyway. Soldiers are stupid. They're not following orders. They're not listening. No, they are. It's just, it's not banned. If that was the case, everybody would have their phone checked and say, make sure TikTok is banned off your phone. Or they could do random searches and say, let's see if TikTok is on your phone. And to be honest with you guys, everybody of every generation looks at this and they say, are we weaker as we go on, or are we stronger then? And realistically, I'll tell you, I don't think so. And if you are combat tested and you've deployed and you've done all these other things, that's great. Applaud you. Thank you. But what I want to say is that doesn't give you the right to bash people below you because you are there. You are now in that position to where you are supposed to pass on those things down to these trainees, and that is what your role is. And that is where you have to be constructive. Yes, you can't change the fact they have 30-minute phone calls every Sunday, but you know what you can change? Every other minute you have with them and what you put into your instruction for these kids to leave boot camp, go to their AIT, and go be in the Army and actually probably take some of your wisdom with them. God forbid you actually have an impact. So this is where I bring the question to you guys. What do you think about this? Do you agree or disagree with the 30-minute phone calls? But as you guys respond, I want you guys to understand that this is relative. To your generation, it could have been without a TV. With our generation, it could be without cell phones. To the next generation, could be without X, Y, or Z, right? As things get better, we have different adaptations and things that we bring along with us that we adjust to. But as always, I love you. But as always, if you guys do have questions about this or anything else, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.